Hey, what's up guys, Nine Toes here, and here's a little something I haven't done in a while, a little gameplay commentary. So let me walk you through it. We're going to be looking at some rush gameplay, and first up is going to be on the attacker side, and Operation Metro, in case you haven't figured that out. My loadout for both of the rounds you're about to watch are going to be the assault class. However, first up, I'm going to be using the M1014 as my primary. In both rounds, you're going to see me use the Glock 18 silenced or suppressed, as it's more commonly known. And I'm going to be also be using the M320 smoke as opposed to the med kit. And the reason for the smoke, which you're going to see in a second, is realistically just to cause a distraction. As here in the third set of MCOMs on the map, the defenders usually, try to bundle up, usually on that right office there. Or any one of the halls, or typically, obviously, the ticket booth or behind the ticket booth. So, kind of, my method, really, if you will, I've kind of changed up my gameplay style, if you will, meaning that I was kind of I'll admit, I was kind of that, that guy that used to just, run in and just act a fool and just try to arm every MCOM. But what I've tried to do essentially now, which I found pretty good success with, is I'm hanging back a little bit more as an attacker. It's more prevalent, I guess you can say, if you are a defender, as I'm having trouble. Rising Strime, bro, Cookie. I don't know why I couldn't revive him. My own squad guy. But at any rate, that was kind of really the method for the madness, was to just kind of hang back, spot, and kind of pick off the defenders. Once again, just be as much of a squad player, if you will, or a team player, by picking off the straggler defenders, and deploy smoke to once again cause a distraction, and you just kind of once again, if anything, push them back so that we can come in for the arm. Here I only arm one MCOM in the entire round. It doesn't mean that I didn't PTFO. But once again, the whole idea was, if we can kind of control an area, and kind of keep these guys out of here, and since of course I'm playing assault, try to pick up as many guys as I possibly could. But here I can get a nice little triple spray. I couldn't pick him up because he was too far. Of course, one of our own team guys, because he was too far into their spawn. But I barely made it back inside. In the event I could be picked up, but I'm too far back to be picked up, so I didn't necessarily expect to be. But that's kind of the the idea. Another thing to kind of keep in mind, is your squad perks. Extremely important, especially for if you're new to the game. The squad perks you'll see in the bottom left, where each of us are obviously using individual perks that can be used obviously for the team. So keep that in mind as well too. It's been said before, but again, I know that it's not always done. I see so many guys, especially the snipers that want to run ammo, but because they're so far back that no one can obviously give them ammo. But once again, I'm kind of hanging back, letting our guys kind of advance up as I hit this claymore by mistake. But here's a little something. I get revived, and here my squad mate that does revive me, this guy right here had the chance to, if you will, try to take us both out, but he's only he can only take out one. So he gets shot, unfortunately. But I obviously take him out and pick up my squad mate. So again, it's little things like this that basically help out the team. And another thing that I also have used with success is using cover when engaging, obviously in a gunfight. And that's nothing new, right? But here I'm gonna as they obviously come in for the disarm, but give me your sandwich. I'm not trying to obviously use two Badger references, but it's hard not to. But at any rate, the idea, once again was, to always be mindful of, your perks, your area, your situation. Be constantly looking at your mini map. My eyes is just constantly trained, to keep an eye on, where everybody is at all times. Down players. Things like this, of course, when you are running assault, which is kind of a preferred class, if you will, when you are attacking. This is just me. That's just my opinion. But now I'm going to flip it over to a round of Damavan Peak, again, also in Rush. The attackers usually obviously is a sexy side, but you know, defenders, you know, there's, I guess you could say there's a little bit of a tactic, you know, as a defender. In the sense that, you know, you're not always just going to, you know, rush out and just, you know, try to obviously, you know, find as many attackers as you possibly can, because, you know, quite frankly, the mindset now should be, I want to bleed as many of their tickets as possible. That's how you're obviously going to win as a defender. But let's talk real quickly about my loadout. Now I'm still, of course, you know, playing it as an assault class, but I'm going to be using the Scar L, this time from the close quarters pack. I'm still using the Glock 18 suppressed. But now this time, instead of the 320 smoke, I'm going to be running the med kit. You know, now I'm going to obviously be a little more of an active role, if you will, by hanging back near the objectives, you know, with my team. While, you know, the snipers obviously, you know, look for attackers and hopefully spot. And of course, you know, everyone else kind of plays their role. But ideally, and it is obviously a team-based game, so all these things have to kind of come together if you're going to win a round. But if you're, I'll just give you another topic or conversation, if you will. If you're going to be an attacker, and I know this map in particular, Dam of Van Peek, it's hard to kind of ignore. But if you're going to run, or you insist on running, you know, as a recon class, just make certain that, you know, half your team isn't already a you know, a rock crawling, you know, bipoded 12x sniper, because no one's going to obviously go for the objective, and that's how you're ultimately going to win. So, you know, if you are, and I don't even know how this guy right there just missed me, but, you know, because my health is so low, I have to be careful how I engage him, because likely that was the same guy that just armed the MCOM, as a matter of fact, that was trying to come back and, you know, kill off the, you know, one of our guys disarming. But I missed the revive here, unfortunately, on one of our own, but at any rate, I want to get back to, you know, what I was touching on earlier. You know, again, it is about, you know, playing your role, playing your class to its, you know, potential, but, you know, choose wisely. I mean, you know, once again, if you're just not really seeing much success, obviously, as a sniper, as an example, switch your class. You're gonna die anyways. It's a freaking game. So, you know, we kind of need to, you know, in essence, get over it, if you will. But these are the things that, at least in my mind, that it does take to, you know, try to obviously, you know, get the ultimate W. But, you know, once again, right here, you know, I'm hanging back and, you know, keeping an eye, mindful of the objectives. I know one recon guy just got through, and again, I'm very, very conscious of the fact that he could have put down, you know, easily a spawn beacon for his guys, which I believe he does, as a matter of fact, because a little later on, you do see a couple, or one guy in particular, you know, parachute in. So obviously he did put a spawn beacon down somewhere. But, you know, once again, it's bleeding their tickets. As a defender, you have unlimited amount of tickets, but as an attacker, you have only so many. So in this case, it was a 100 ticket rush. And the idea, once again, is to just, you know, bleed as many as they possibly can. But, you know, again, I'm just trying to, you know, play the role, pick up as many guys as I possibly can, keep an eye, obviously, you know, for as many attackers kind of coming down the pipeline as possible, you know, spotting whenever possible. And again, these are the things that it's going to take basically to obviously be, you know, not only successful in your class, but also, you know, ultimately for the W, because that's ultimately it. It's if you've gone, you know, 60-1, but you lose, in my opinion, it doesn't mean shit. So, but at any rate, as we wrap this little round up right here, or this video, I just want to kind of give any kind of tips and tricks, if you will, or thoughts about my play style or my methods, or what my thought processes are when playing a round of Rush. So hopefully the newer guys, you know, may have picked up something. Any of you veterans, of course, want to add something down below, I'd love to hear from you. Other than that, we'll of course see you all on the battlefield. All right, guys, take care.